quite a few people in my life who are in the buying house process. I want to know, first of all, like if you could tell anything to someone who's about to buy a house, what would be the first thing you were gonna say?
I would say talk to a lender first, because so many people go out, they look at houses, they go to open houses, they get excited, they do all these things, but it really starts with, I mean, don't get me wrong, unless you're just paying cash, then that's fine. But if you're like most people and you're getting a loan, get with a loan officer.
Yeah.
Find out what you're actually approved for. Find out what those payments are really going to look like, because that's real shit, right?
Not just
and that
your
knowledge
mortgage.
is power, right? That cliched, like corny line, but it really is. Like, get pre-approved, and you'll be in such a really good position.
You have to. You have to. I think you got to work backwards.
Oh, so you do it like a car? Like you get pre-approved, same thing? Like
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Understand.
Yeah. So, pre-approval is pretty easy. They'll check your credit. They'll look at your income. In most cases, it can be same afternoon or a couple of days. They might want you to send them some information, but it's a pretty fast process. And then once you do that, you'll have a really good idea.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna financing matters. So how much you're gonna put down? What is your what are you gonna put down? And then that'll be based. Your loan amount will be based on what you can put down, and then of course prevailing rates and stuff. There's a lot. Now that you asked that question, there's a lot.
I would say. By the way, just to jump in, I would say the second most important thing would be really think about what your parameters are, because a lot of times buyers will start looking and they don't know if they want to be in Pasadena and San Diego and Orange County and Bakersfield, all these places. And then they don't know, like they're all over the map and they're not sure how big or what it's okay to be a little open-minded. Of course, when you're buying your first home, you're going to be a little open-minded about checking some different things out, but sit down and make a list of what's really important to you. Like your must-haves, your wants, but also your must-haves. Okay, I need three bathrooms. I need a 2-car garage. I need a yard. Whatever you need, make that list, because the more finite you can be with that, it's going to really help your search.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any like emotional or like psychological things that to take consider when?
Well, I mean, emotional or psychological. I mean,
is it like gambling? Gambling's really emotional.
Well, but you can take that and go like, okay, do you like the neighborhood you're in, Corey? You know what I mean? Are the schools adequate enough if I have a family, or I don't know if you're going into this thing single or not, but so emotional stuff. Yeah, you can help your emotional side by doing a little due diligence.
Yeah, and I would add to that, be prepared to have some surprises, because I've yet to see an escrow that just closes smoothly and everything goes as planned.
Right.
So, you might think you're getting your keys on the 30th, you might not get them till the 15th. You might think you're,
that's true. Yeah.
That nothing's wrong with the place, and then you're going to realize you got to put $5,000 to fixing some plumbing.
Right.
You might ask the seller to help you with that, and they might only give you a part of that. Just different things, right? It can be an emotional roller coaster. Even sometimes we've had a lot of clients that, they just lose out on properties. They think they have something secure, they lose out on it, or we get them in escrow on a deal and it falls out because of an appraisal issue or something else.
Right.
And so we always tell everybody, look, take this process in strides, because you're going to probably be in for a little bit of an emotional roller coaster if you're buying your first property. But when you get to the finish line, it's going to be well worth it.
Yeah.
Right. When you get those keys, that closing day, you're like, I made it happen. Woo.
Do you need a real estate investor to buy a house? A realtor? Sorry.
No, you don't.
But you should.
Why?
Well, first of all, there's very few situations where there wouldn't be a realtor involved. So you could go directly to the listing agent, the seller's agent. You could do it that way. But I think back to Greg's point, you really should have your own realtor. It's almost like going to court without your own attorney, right? And typically you want somebody who's advocating for you, that's walking you, weaving you around the landmines of the deal, making sure you're not getting taken advantage of.
Especially in the negotiation process, in the initial phase of buying this property, Corey, when you go back and forth, maybe there's a seller counter, maybe there's a buyer counter, just to make sure all your points are covered. Because you miss one thing, oh, fuck, that wasn't even disclosed, and I didn't, so now I can't go back and ask them to do this for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Just those little nuances,
There's a lot of things that go into buying a property that you just wouldn't know. And so a lot of behind the scenes things relating to, again, is the house working properly?
That makes sense.
Does the electrical work? Does the roof intact? You can just hire your own inspector, but the agents kind of know how to navigate you through certain things.
Even talking to the escrow, like Brandon was saying, things come up, the appraisal,
paperwork,
and dealing with the escrow and stuff. It all kind of just, you have bigger things to worry about.
Let's put it this way: if you're super well off and you've already purchased 1 million homes before and you just know your shit, in theory, what do you need a realtor for. But everybody else pretty much needs, in my opinion, we're biased, we're realtors, we're brokers, but
Right.
most people need some someone advocating for their side of the deal.